y'all, this is Stacy from Let's Cook Y'all. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. If you're new, I hope you'll hit that red subscribe button. And if you're a returning visitor, I hope you'll hit like and comment. The reason for my video today is my first tag. I'm so excited. I haven't been tagged on YouTube before. Thank you to Vanessa over at Nesterbug. I will have her channel linked below. She tagged me in a 7 things tag. She was originally tagged by Cher at Crafty Cher Cupcake, and Vanessa tagged me. I'm very excited. I've been thinking about it, probably a little too much. I have way too many things. It took me a while to narrow down 7 things that I wouldn't want to live without for various reasons. Some of them because they're sentimental, actually probably most of them because they're very sentimental to me. They're not necessarily things that I use every day like a washing machine or a dishwasher or something I wouldn't want to live without, because believe me, my washer has gone out and we went and got one really quick. But these are things that mean something to me for various reasons. Some because I'm techie, some because I'm sentimental, some because of what I love to do, which is cook. So let me show you some of the things that I have tagged, that I have chosen for this tag. And I'm also going to come back and tell you several people that I'm going to tag in return. The first thing I want to list in my 7 things I would not want to live without is my most used kitchen tool. We have 2 coffee pots. I know a lot of people have used coffee pots. My husband drinks a lot of coffee. I, however, because of issues with caffeine, only have 1 cup of decaf a week. However, I use my knife. This is a Wusthof. I think it's Santuco maybe. I use this knife every time I cook, at least once a day, probably 350 plus days a year. It is my most favorite kitchen tool. I highly recommend this knife, or a good knife, for anyone that likes to cook. So that's first. Next is a 2-for-1. I'm going to count these as 1 for one reason. My KitchenAid mixer and my very old little Westbend small slow cooker, which I use all the time, and I use my KitchenAid a fair amount of time. These are things that I love that I don't want to live without because they were gifts from my mom. My mom passed away about 15 years ago. She gave me this little slow cooker. She had one, I think she ordered it from QVC probably about 20 years ago, and she probably gave me this one 17 or 18 years ago. And then the very last gift that I ever received from her before she passed away was this red KitchenAid mixer, which I have always had out, I always use, I always think of my mom. So this is kind of a 2-in-1 sentimental kitchen things that I use. Every time I pull them out and use them, I think of my mom, and there's something I would not want to live without. The next thing I wouldn't want to live without is something that's been in my mom's family for, we think, probably 160 years or more. I know it predates the Civil War. It was always in my grandmother's house when I would go and visit her. I used to sit on it. I would pull a book out of the bookcase and spend my afternoons curled up with a book reading on this love seat. This love seat is also very sentimental to me for a personal reason. I had it in my house when my husband and I were dating. He sat me down a couple of days before Christmas, the first year we were dating, and pulled out a ring, got down on one knee, asked me to marry him. I was so dumbfounded I couldn't get any words out, so he got down on both knees. I joke with him now that he had to get on both knees to beg me to marry him, but my husband proposed to me. He put me on this love seat that had been in my family, so this is something that's very, very sentimental and very, oh gosh, getting choked up just thinking about it. It means a lot to me. The next 2 items are things that I wear every day, jewelry. The first is my cross. I wear this pretty much every single day. I do have several other crosses that one has a gold chain, this one has a silver that I do swap out. I wear a cross every day because of my faith, to remind me of the sacrifice that was made for me and how much I owe. The other is my wedding rings. Reminds me of the commitment that my husband and I made to each other for life. So both of these are something I wear and treasure and would not want to live a single minute on this earth without. The next item I would not want to live without is my Kindle. I read every single day of my life. I read my Bible every day, I read a devotion, and I read a fiction book. So this is something that I have had. I fought the urge to get a e-reader for probably the first or second generation of Kindle, but this is my second or third Kindle. I also read on my iPad. Reading is something that was instilled in me from my mom. It's something I do every day, so I absolutely could not live without a book, my Bible, or my Kindle, which is my favorite way to read now. Anyone who knows me in real life knows that I'm quite a techno geek. We have a lot of gadgets. We have probably more than any American should have, so I had a very hard time narrowing down. I did choose my Kindle, and I'm also choosing my Amazon Alexa. I ordered our first Echo unit on Black Friday of last year, and we have learned quickly to use her for everything. She turns on and off our TV, she turns on and off lights, ceiling fans. She sets timers for me in the kitchen. I play music, I play games. She gives me the weather, the news, fun facts, jokes, just about anything. She's become one of my favorite people to talk to during the day. Alexa, play "Oh God Forgive Us" by King and Country.
Playing "Oh God Forgive Us" from your library.
She's one of my favorite things. Okay, like I said, I had a hard time narrowing it down to 7. I might have fudged a little bit, but I don't imagine I broke any rules. I've got several people I'd like to tag, and please, if I haven't listed your name or your channel, please feel free to jump in. This is a really fun tag to do, and I would love to see yours. If you decide to do it, please be sure and leave me a comment. The people I've decided to tag are Allison at Allison K, who is the sweetest thing, as is Lindsay at Practically Imperfect Life. I've also tagged Alicia at Happily Ever Minimal, Janet at Janet and Eric, and kind of a couples tag, Abby and/or Abby and Keith at AKA Our Life. I love all of these channels and many more. Like I said, I didn't want to tag everybody, and so if you'd love to do it, please do, and leave me a comment below. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel today, y'all. Have a blessed day. Bye. Hey y'all, this is Stacy from Let's Cook Y'all. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button. At AKA Our Life. Yes, please do. It's a lot of fun. It'll give you some perspective on things that mean something to you.